Hello, I am Martin Fencka and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Civilization 5 as Austria. As usual, before I started recording, I checked the situation and actually found some quests I didn't know about. For example, we have two city-states that want us to build Hermitage, and also one city-state, I think it's this one, that wants us to build East India companies. I want to focus on these quests that are very easy to get. I already adjusted, I think, the queue. Actually, I didn't. Let's get the customs house second then, because that's the requirement for East India Company. I'll even pay for it to speed things up. We have the gold, so we can probably afford to do this. And we'll finish as many quests as possible. Also, someone actually noticed that this quest ends in one turn, that the espionage quest. I didn't see that, but I will wait one more turn and see if just by some miracle we finish the quest, and then yeah, I should move the spy because I don't want to get negative modifiers with Poland. Just sucks. I was kind of counting on the science from this quest, so it's quite disappointing that we most likely won't be able to get it. But well, I probably just noticed the quest too late as well. So it happens. Other than that, well, as usual, we just try to focus on the marriages we still don't have, and try to maintain at least some alliances, but that's not the top priority for now. For now, we want to get those marriages. Speaking about marriages, we have Mombasa, we are waiting for Samarkand in the north, and we have two envoys sitting next to Mombasa doing nothing. We'll go to... I was thinking about Sidon, but Sidon is pretty hard to get. There is 300 influence for Indonesia, so I may need a great diplomat for this. Speaking about great diplomats, fate buying one will be what, 4,800. Okay, so it's gonna take a while. I really like to get this alliance. 3 units. What are you specialized in? Minuteman. Minuteman is ranged, right? It's the American replacement for Musketman. Where is it? Replaces Musketman, yep. What is the unique promotion? They move through rough ground. Those were flat, unlike the Musketman, which places. Is it still relevant, though? Actually, might be for a while. By the way, what are we researching? Industrialization, and that's it? Didn't queue up anything else? I wanted to get wire surveys. Yeah, let's queue up wire surveys to boost the production of, or generation of great diplomats. How long is it gonna take to buy another envoy? We can buy him right away. We can also build them in one turn, so it's probably better to just train them. And we have what? We have... I can't see. We have 10 paper. Holy moly. Because when I just train them, I don't have to wait 4 turns to get new ones. I can just queue up a couple. 2, 4... Just a few. And we will use them to get Sidon. And while we are waiting for them to be finished, I'll just go to Florence, I think, because there is only 149 influence. Okay, go. I will want to build the Palace of Westminster in 11 turns. It's probably gonna be less than 11 turns. Okay, let's cancel this. Opera House, Customs House, then we get the Hermitage and East India Company, then we get Westminster, and then we start spamming diplomats. That's probably the best way. Next. Lemon entered industrial era. Oh, am I really ally of Ormus somehow? This is the missionary. Oh, we don't have the but we didn't finish the quest yet. Let's finish it now. Good. This will give us the alliance back. It's gotta be a pretty strong alliance. And one more thing about our worker. I almost forgot. There are some suggestions what I could do with the worker. First, I don't want to remove any of the terrain features like jungles, swamps, forests. I want the terrain around our capital to be as rough as possible, because attacking our capital with all this rough terrain around it is going to be a logistical nightmare. But what I can do, I can build roads around our capital so that we don't have to like think about the problems with the rough terrain moving through mountains. It will be only these tiles, I think that's far enough, but it will help in case we end up fighting someone, being able to rotate our range units around the capital much faster. So let's start working on that. Also, there was a suggestion that I could just create the triangle of farms next to the river, but remember, we are only working great percentile improvements. I'm not even working these 3 tiles with workboats. For example, the fish have 8 food and I'm still not working them. So it's very unlikely that I would work farms. I'll most likely get a few great people tile improvements at some point, so I'll work those. I don't think we have to like think about improving or getting normal improvements on any tiles. I would never work them. Okay, now we can end the turn. Simmer made peace with Ormos. Yep, we need all the city-states to be at peace. That's the most important thing, so that we don't lose them to some AIs that conquer them. That would be our biggest problem. That's how the AIs can stop us, just to conquer city-states. Then we will be screwed. Here is our reward. And what is this? Nothing. Killed ink and a spy. Tourism spread. Zanzibar has a new ally. Whatever. Public declaration. Nothing important. Now, that worker. Where are you? Here. You can even build a railroad around the capital, to be honest. Even faster movement then. And... let's queue up. Let's go with the Hermitage even before the Customs House, I think. That will finish 2 quests. And the reward is Golden Age points. So that's a huge boost. How does it look like? Yeah, almost there. Almost can get a natural Golden Age. Fine. 193. Actually, we probably can't beat that. I'll just sit here. And Samarkand, we'll get that in what? 3 turns. It's 326. I actually remember the number from the previous episode. Oh, too late. Check one quest. Still don't remember all the quest icons. Vienna is growing. Are we working all the specialists? We are. But customs house gives a merchant specialist. Do we want to work that one? We do, so next turn I'll just log that. Want to get our great merchant so that we have money for all the marriages. Next. Oh, this... I'm a bit confused. Indonesia in this game actually is not that strong. I wanted to say this is a good war, but... Actually, it's not. I thought it was the war between two strongest AIs, but I'm just confusing Indonesia in this game with Indonesia in the Denmark Let's Play. Here are the rewards, so as you can see, it's pretty good. And it was even for Samarkand to basically make sure we don't lose the alliance right before we can get the marriage. The other one was, I don't know, for someone, let's see. We have an alliance with someone who doesn't have the marriage yet. This is Samar... Oh, this is Laventa. Hello, Laventa. How did I get this? I don't remember who gave me the second quest, so it's possible that I just got the alliance. And we needed... Yep, so we just got it. Okay, fine. Let's turn 335. Let's try to remember that, and I'll get back and try to get the marriage there as well. Oh, we can see it here. Yeah, so it was Laventa. Now, we have a quest for East India Company. Next. Yeah, we are sorry. And suddenly with all these Golden Age points from quests, it seems that getting some extra natural Golden Ages won't be such a big problem. Because this quest will get us almost to 20,000. Which means basically 2 more Golden Ages are secured this way. Don't steal from Poland. Yeah, I was too late. Or was I? No, it's... Actually, wait. I think we misread the description of the quest. It's not 1 turn remaining, it's 1 operation remaining. So... I got confused there. We still have time to finish the quest. Spy to Poland was detected in Vienna. Casimir. I think we should get it here because we got the information about Casimir. Trying to attack someone, or... Well, we'll see what happens next turn, if this counts as a successful operation. Probably not, because we just moved there, I think. Yeah, now we are establishing surveillance. That's probably not enough what we did here. But good thing is that we still have time to finish that quest, because I really, really want the science. Next. What is this? Oh, that's our embassy. Good. Another vote. And because of the East India Company now we have a ton of chocolate that we can still sell. I think... Actually, we can sell to Japan? Really? Probably just ended. I think we only had 1 ship that wasn't getting chocolate from us. Listen, Japan. How is it possible that you are not importing our chocolate? Come on. again, Indonesia just takes so long for a turn to be processed. But they're fighting with the Inca, so they're probably just a huge armies of units moving. There is an artist, a scientist, good. Listen, I have something for you. 6 gold per turn is all that I want. What about world map? Nope. I wonder how likely it is that someone would sell you a world map. I tried so many times to buy it and it was always impossible. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. Okay, so here, another reward, and we can get a social policy. Now we basically want to fill up artistry so that we can get the tenets. That's all we care about. Any openers that will give us something interesting? Not really. I could maybe even open rationalism. Because we don't need to finish 30 policy trees, we just need 18 social policies. So I could open rationalism and go for enlightenment to get a free tag. That might be the best option. Also, we'll have the king date till the end of the game, most likely. So that's 15% culture and food, which is a huge boost. What would be here? Yields from great scientists might be useful, or we would get observatories. So this would basically be 20% science for us. And here we would get a little bit of everything, but very minor increase. Golden Age points and tourism modifier. Who cares about tourism modifiers? I think these three, most likely these three social policies are way better than what we can get from artistry. We have the great person, that what we cared about. What else do we have? Spies are less effective, and specialists consume less food. This is pretty good as well. When we run out of useful tenets, we can just return to rationalism. Okay, let's go for it. What do we get? Science, production from strategic resources, extra science, threshold for needs. Honestly, that 25% growth in all cities, it might be even worth finishing before getting tenets. 25% growth is insane. This could be our plan B in case we can't get the diplomatic victory. We can just go science victory with the rationalism. Declaration of friendship expired. I have strategic monopoly on iron. That's actually funny as one city challenge. I'm just checking what is that. Again, 10% strength and defending. Okay. East India Company and these two. So, when do we get next great artist? 40 turns. 7 turns here. Oh, come on. 7 turns, then we get another one that's gonna be over 20. And we should get another golden age after it. So I think we can pop this artist for a great work. But do we really care about that? How long would we get? 12 turns. I think that's long enough. Let's make sure this maximum that we can get. Might be able to get more than 12. 13. Okay, great. So this should be, what, 21 or something in the end? 29 even. Oh, it was 20, what, 22 and 7 turns that we had left. So that was pretty good. Yeah, I don't think we need the great works. That's not the way that we want to play. As for the scientist... 3,400. How expensive are these tags? 7,000. Still like half of a tag. Thinking about getting one more academy. It can wait. Oh, almost forgot. We have the customs house now. Let's see, merchant in 29. Merchant in 23. I just don't have enough people to work more great percentile improvements anyway. Let's get science. And how much money do you have? Oh, wait. We can get the marriage, almost forgot. Go, so it's another vote. It's only one city challenge, but there are so many things that we can still do. Palace of Westminster. You want to pay for it? 1700. How much production is this? 3400. And the engineer can give us 1700, so half. How much are we getting per turn? 200. I think we have just enough money so we can afford to pay for the palace. I need to speed up the production as much as possible because we still have all these buildings that we want to build. Now, let me read the description of Westminster again. Grants 3 additional delegates in the World Congress for every city-state. 8 city-states in the game, reduces poverty. Okay, so it's about just those 3 delegates. And we get merchant. Actually, merchant points are pretty good. They will cover partial, like the gold investment. We will get the merchant faster. Fine. So we are down to 4 turns. That's decent. Now we can end the turn. Oh, and also about the coal. Now we have somehow 3 coal, but it comes from one social policy. Come on. Open. There we go. From this one. Here, 1 strategic resource for every 3 city-state alliances that you maintain. That's the problem, because we are now losing and regaining alliances quite often, and I don't want to risk that at some point the heirs will just take over all the alliances and I will lose my access to coal, and then buildings that require coal will stop working. It will be just a waste of production. So I won't build factories or anything unless I'm really, like, for some reason forced to do it. It just... the social policy is not reliable enough. If it was maybe something like for every 3 marriages or something like that, then it would be a different story. Okay, what about this guy? How much are we getting? Almost 10,000 culture. How much do we need for a social policy? 17,000. That's not bad. It's more than a half. Yeah, how much I care about more great works. Let's check the timing. 16 turns. I could wait 8 turns. Then pop him. That will give me the next social policy. And we use the free technology to get replaceable parts for free, which is the most expensive tech that we will be able to get at that point. That's probably the most effective use of the writer right now. Okay, 45. Coming session, but you could complete the lure. Do we even have the tag? No, so he went archaeology first. Okay. that could potentially be a problem if he gets archaeology long before any other save, so that he can get most of the artifacts. And that could be a problem long term, because it will make culture victory much easier for him. I hope he can get diplomatic victory long before anyone gets even close to other victory types. And I don't want to waste my production on archaeologists just to take some artifacts from someone else. We need to invest into buildings, and once we are done with buildings, we want to start spamming diplomatic units. You are done with the railroad, so keep moving. Next. Excuse me. Come on, Indonesia. Just wasting my time. Wonder what it is with Indonesia. It just takes so long every time. Inca are bigger right now. And it didn't take as long as the turn for Indonesia. Next. We get Westminster. We get that before the next session. And again, Indonesia. Yeah, every time that I'm like, okay, the turn or processing of the turn just takes too long, I look down and it's Indonesia every time. Rigged elections, good for us, and Palace of Westminster is completed. This might be the first time ever in Vox Populi that I build Palace of Westminster. I think it is, because this is actually the first Vox Populi game when I used the statecraft social policy tree. So, hey. First time I see this picture. What's the description? To achieve great things, two things are needed. The plan and not quite enough time. Global monopoly in Wales. Really? Wow. That's actually useful, because I think that's science, if I remember correctly. Yep. And now Poland is gonna cry about us rigging election, but I don't care. And this means that we can get a marriage in or on turn 334, and in Laventa in 4 turns, right? If we are still an ally. We are. Okay. Do we have a harbor? Because we can buy. No, we don't want to buy a cargo ship. We want to build a cargo ship because it's way more effective. 460 gold at 2 turns worth of gold compared to only 1 turn worth of production. Next. Also, I have to save the money for the marriage with Laventa. And at some point I should also get some more units. I didn't forget that. But just don't have the money. Okay. What's it gonna be? How profitable are the trade routes with AIs? Especially with Poland. Trade routes with the Inca are quite decent. At least we would get decent amount of science. Poland, where are you? 2015. Wow, that's just way better than anything else so far. And what about city-states? Was it 18, 15, 25? And with Poland, it would be 18, 15, 20. Let's go to city-states. That helps us to maintain the alliances. I think I'll go to Tyre. It's not the most profitable one, but to maintain the alliance. Where is Brussels? Brussels is the culture one. No, wait, let's go to Brussels. Because that's an alliance that we want to maintain. Need the culture. Yep, let's go there. If you lose Tyre, it's not such a big deal, but I want to have the culture all the time. Do I want to finish Circus? I think... Actually, let's cancel that. In case our capital asks for a luxury that we won't be able to buy anywhere, then we can reset that with Circus. Instead, we can buy the or build a bank. That's fine. What else do we have? Factory, hotel, military academy. Don't really care about anything else. So we'll just finish these. Next. And let's check alliance here. 178. So we would be able to surpass that. Most influential nations. Oh, Pacheco is already influential. Interesting. There is Dynamite and the Great Musician. First of all, let's... nope, that's wrong. Here. 77. Let's up our envoys. I hope the other one also gives 90. It's not like an old one. Oh, good enough. And we found Old Faithful, and I think we have a city-state quest for Wonder. So it was definitely worth it. And there is still one left somewhere in the world. Musician. Do we still have room for more great works? We do. Okay. That. Okay, that's the session. That's not bad. 1100 gold. I think it was one turn too early because we are about to get another era, so those yields would go up. Well, can't always line up everything perfectly. Now, all the specialist slots are full, but again, just for one turn, because Bang has a specialist slot. And we are still growing so quickly, even with just like, I think we are working like 8 tiles. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 tiles. I don't count the perils because we are not working those all the time. And our capital on this size is still growing in less than 10 turns. Just completely ridiculous. Let's see. Yeah, now I think we have a complete control over the World Congress. They have what? 11, 16, 21, 26, 29 votes. That looks good. Then luxury clothes. World religion, Catholicism. Hopefully everyone wastes votes on Catholicism. Then clothes. I don't care. So I'll just vote against Treasure Fleet. I don't want to vote against the proposals of other people because that's a negative modifier then. And I don't want that. I'll just comment here. And here we get the next social policy. Will be enlightenment. Now we get... Should I get combustion maybe? No, I'd be doing that only because I'm curious if there is just one copy of oil in our territory. We need replaceable parts. Foreign Legion. Gold purchase through completion of authority policy branch. Oh, that's nothing for us. Our service motherland calls. That is order, so we don't care about that either. All that we need is the wire service. How long? Wow, that's gonna take a long time. Is that like a wonder or something? It's not, right? It was here. It's normal building. But damn, it's an expensive one. But it should have 2 civil servants. Yep. So it's definitely worth it. We have a new spy that will go. That's a good question. Let's check quests in case there is a new spy quest. Nope. And look at all the alliances suddenly. It's because Indonesia and the Inca are fighting. Those were our main competitors for city-state alliances. And now you can see the difference in the production focus of the AIs when they are not fighting and when they are at war with someone. Suddenly, when our 2 main competitors are fighting, they completely forgot about diplomatic units, going all in on military, and we can so easily get all the alliances in the world. When they stop fighting, you'll see that we again lose most of these alliances. Okay, tax. What do we want to get? Maybe... Good question. Foreign Bureau. Focus more on diplomats. Recreate person. Let's go electricity. That's on the way to both, like, penicillin, if we want to go in the Rush atomic era. It's on the way to radio and foreign bureau as well. Also, that would... Actually, we don't have industry, never mind. So we can forget about Broadway. And we don't have freedom, so Statue of Liberty also is not an option. Finance Center is also freedom. Pentagon, that was what I wanted. No, I'm getting confused here. Pentagon, that's what we want in the other Let's Play. I'll have to check next turn when we get to propose something. I'll have to check what are the tech requirements for different proposals. Here we'll go... Sidon. That's the best option. Let's see. Move. Where is Sidon? Here. Good. Rigging elections in Sidon. That's probably the best way how to get the alliance in a reasonable amount of time. 33. Are we still allied? One more turn. Okay, next turn. This was a long turn, but I wanted to make sure that I don't miss something important. By the way, there isn't an embassy around La Venta, so we can send this diplomat to La Venta to give us another vote. That is the reward for natural wonder, so even more golden age points. Auto purchase. How long is the next one gonna take? 60. That's a long time, but I think we should be able to still get this one. Catholicism fails, that's important. Close fails, good, everything failed. Natural want to discover it. First of all, let's get the marriage. And now we get to propose something. But what I'm interested in are things that we can't propose, because I want to see what are the tech requirements. Cold War. Don't care. Decolonization, don't care. Global hegemony. War ideology, that's what we care about. Telecommunications, so that's one thing we want to rush. United Nations. Wait, we need world ideology to get global hegemony. So we don't need United Nations for diplomatic victory? Okay. We want travel ban, that's from flight. It's probably not worth rushing. Nuclear non-proliferation comes with advanced ballistics, so that we'll have to wait for a while. And we want... Where is it? Oh, can we get... Did I miss it? That thing that gives alliances with city-states? Open door... Not open door. Sanction. Where is it? Forgot the name. Sphere of influence. There we go. Okay, so we can get sphere of influence already. Sphere of influence. Wait. Close. Sphere of influence over Sidon. And this will be the most effective way how to get the alliance. Go. And actually people are grateful. Everyone except Indonesia. Is it really what I think? Successful. The proposing player becomes a permanent ally of the city-state. Why is everyone happy? Okay, that's surprising. So in 22 turns we get permanent alliance with Sidon. We can wait for that, and that means our new spy can just move somewhere else. Instead of Sidon, what else are we missing? We are working on Florence already. Zanzibar. Let's go to Zanzibar. There we go. And the great diplomat, we already know that we want to send him to La Venta. Oh. It's gonna take a while to get there. Hopefully he gets there in time. Next. We are done with another railroad, so keep moving. Still 2 more to go. And let's get the wire service. About wire service, I should have locked the bank. Speed up the merchant at least a little bit. Because in 4 turns I will of course lock the wire service, but still. Hey, that's unexpected. So what's it gonna be? The problem is we're gonna lose all our trade routes now. Now this might be a problem. Is he fighting anyone else? I hope our city-state allies can handle this war. We're gonna lose all the trade routes, like... Already 3 of them are gone. See, how far can we look at the range of our city? And look at the damage. What the hell? Okay, so they can like hurt us by pillaging tiles, but they are not taking our capital. There is no way. Problem is, if they take city-states, like... What is this? Vatican. It's pretty expensive. Can I... That's even more expensive. Fine. I need to upgrade the unit. I think once we are done with wire service, we just switch the units. How long is it gonna take to build Gatling guns? 5 turns. Okay, fine, we don't have a choice. But I think this is a good time to make a cut in this episode. I'll have to check the map. See if I can somehow make this easier or save some units, like our diplomat. Okay, I'll at least try to save him. I could move him on this island, but that can wait. Oh wait, it wasn't Indonesia who declared it on us. It was Suleiman. Well, as I said, I'll check everything off camera. So I hope that you like this episode. I hope that you're gonna join me for the next one again. And until then, have a good time. Bye bye.